When we last left our lovely adventurers, Cariad had escaped from the Andersons' family's burnt-down tavern, where she had found the festering zombie of Wallace Anderson. She chose to go back into the tavern so the zombie couldn't escape, and after a hard-won fight, she eventually tied it up. The city guards were alerted, and soon enough, most of the party arrived to find the zombie had been dealt with. Together with Cassius Amaldo, they continued to investigate the tavern. Tecton, who was on a drunk bender, met up with them and gave a sloppy apology to Freya for threatening the mayor's life. To learn more about the growing mystery, the council came to the decision to explore the strange cabin in the woods where they had found the wood carving of the mushroom demon lord. That is where I believe we left it. So, what is your next moves?
As soon as the four of them come back from upstairs, Freya's gonna look towards Cassius, and she's gonna say, "Thank you so much for putting up with this thing. I know we threw a lot at you, and you don't really know us. We kind of just, piled it on you. Thanks for sticking in. If you wouldn't mind, just being a witness, and if you have any other information, we'd love to talk to you about it. You don't have to stay with us, but if we ever want to contact you, do you know where we can find you?
You can request me at the headquarters of the guards, and he gives you a vague direction. Or you can, if you wanted a little more off the cuff, you can find me. And he gives you a vague direction to his abode. He just goes, just be careful, don't come in spouting anything too soon.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we're all very, very tired from today.
Yeah.
We'll be in contact with you. Thank you very much.
Of course. Have a good evening, everyone. And he turns on his heeled boot and walks up the street. He begins to give orders to different guards in clearing up this body. I'm assuming Cariad cleans up her rope very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to reclaim the rope.
You have only 40 feet left.
5 feet got ruined?
Yup. Decapitations, man. They're not necessarily clean things.
This rope is gonna last through the entire
that-
campaign, though.
That bastard, Cassie.
He's evil now. He's the one doing this.
I can't trust him. He ruined my rope.
She's gonna check the final boss with that rope. Just you wait, even if it's down the last 2 inches.
Yeah. She's gonna jam it down his throat, and he's gonna be like,
Alright.
Love it.
So she's gonna, once the rope's all gathered up, she's gonna, turn around and look at everyone. She's gonna say, alright. We're gonna go back to the inn. We're gonna sleep. I don't want to hear any more arguing. Don't want to see any more furniture flipping. Don't want to hear any more name calling. Tecton is very inebriated right now, so he's not very responsive. I think I've screamed so much that my throat is out to her. So, we're going to go back, we're going to sleep, we're going to talk about this in the morning. Am I clear?
A shirtless Tecton nods.
Where did your shirt?
He took it off, remember? He took it off when he was talking to Jeffrey. He, got beer all over it, and he did.
Oh, but Fenlo hasn't seen him yet, so where is your shirt?
It wasn't needed.
I don't want the answer to that.
Ramsey doesn't. Ramsey gives a kind of a glance over at Tecton, kind of like a scowl at him, and then he turns to Freya and says, "I think bed is a very good idea," and gives a nod to Freya.
Pathetic. She's gonna wait till everyone leaves after her out of this place, She's gonna, like, look around. She's gonna walk out. And, she wants to, like, catch up to Cariad. Kind of, like, pull her back a few steps. So they're, like, as private as they can be.
Yeah. Cariad is in pre-wince, ready to be chewed out. Pre-wince, she's like getting ready to...
Do you know what I heard? On our way here? Like, how we came to find you?
No.
A guard came to the inn and told us that you had called for help. You had helped evacuate the streets. Was it a call? You managed to get the information you did. That's very nice of you.
I am very thankful for the praise, but I'll be completely honest. It was mostly an accident. I just didn't want anyone to get hurt. I just thought I should take the brunt of the responsibility, because I'm the one that woke the monster up. And I just knew I had to hold it still until you guys got to me. Because I knew I couldn't take care of it myself.
It's very big. It's very responsibility. I don't exactly know why you don't want to go back. I'm not gonna pray. You've got the makings of a good leader. You're strong. You're smart.
I'm not unaware that I'm strong. I know I've had a good education. I just don't want to be on the council. It's been decided for me since I was a little girl, and I didn't choose it. It chose me. And it's not what I want. I've been trapped in a cage my whole life. And now I finally have some freedom. And I know at the end of this year or 2 years, however long we're down here, I'm gonna have to crawl back in that cage. Do you know how hard it is to ask someone to do that? After they've had a taste of freedom, tell them you're gonna crawl back into that cage for the next 200 years of your life? I don't want to go back to being dead inside. I finally know what living is like. I wasn't allowed to train in magic, and now I'm bloody good at it thanks to you. That's all I've ever wanted. And thinking about going back fills me with a lot of anxiety. Because I know I'll be awake, but I'll be dead. but I know I have to go back. I'm a slave to destiny. You all even said if I die down here, you're gonna bring me back. Not even death is gonna save me. I'm not gonna ever have peace. Cariad's gonna wipe her tears with her sleeve, and she's gonna quicken her pace to join the rest of the party.
All right.
Tacton is just not like sobering up, but like getting progressively less drunk and sort of keeping to himself. And
All right. You eventually make your way back to the sunken staircase. I believe the fee was paid already. So you make your way up the stairs into your abodes. Anything last minute you guys want to do in the night, or forever hold your peace until the next morning?
Yeah. When.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Ramsey.
Actually, it might be better if I go last for this one.
Sure.
So if you'd like to go ahead.
Sure. Freya's gonna get a glass of water for everyone. And she's gonna get 5 for tech. And she's gonna say, "You're gonna drink all of this. You're going to get up 7 times. You're gonna drink all of it."
it's gonna be kind of annoying getting up in the middle of the night and open the door, but yeah, that's very wise. Okay.
Yeah. She's gonna walk over and start getting ready in her bed, and she's gonna start like pre-bed ritual. She's gonna turn to what would be the most recent pages in her husband's spell book. Some pages she hasn't looked at for a couple years. And for the first time in a while, she's going to start looking at them, trying to reabsorb some of that knowledge and try to re-pick up what
Sure. You pour over your spell book. Is there anybody else? Fenlo and Ramses, and I believe you two wanted to do something.
Fenlo's gonna wait till everybody goes to sleep, or as best as he can discern, and he's gonna turn invisible and go downstairs.
Make a stealth check for me. With advantage, because you're invisible.
Invisible. Okay, it's good that it was advantage. What is his stealth bonus? It's +2, so that becomes 15.
So Fenlo, you slip out of the room, invisible, close the door behind you quietly, make your way downstairs. What are you doing?
He would turn invisible once the door was closed. He just wanted to make sure he could get that stealth off. Right. He's gonna go downstairs because he didn't really get time for supper, and if he did, he was rushed to go and do the shenanigans with Carrie and whatnot. So he's just gonna order himself some dinner and a very hot glass of whiskey.
Then for the meal, and the whiskey, let's say like a gold.
That's perfectly fair. He will pay that. He'll pay 2. Evelyn is
Thank
awesome.
you. And she picks up the gold, and the food's gonna take a bit, so she sets down the glass and slides over a bowl of peanuts, and then begins to top it up. And then when she goes to go away, you point at the glass again, and she keeps going, and then sets it off to the side.
He's. Let's roll a d8 to see how long it takes him to get back to the room. He spends 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meal.
He's not terribly pleased with the fact that he has an inheritance temper.
Your meal is brought out to you. The whiskey is a fine whiskey. It's a fine whiskey. It's a simple meal, but it fills your stomach. And you sit there doing the barroom sulk. Eventually, you make your way back upstairs.
Yes, and I'm out of spell slots, so I can't do this invisibly.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
I was going to say, do I gotta... Ooh!
8?
8.
Let's see everyone's passives for a quick second. You get it, no problem.
Nobody's passive is above an 8? Oh, what is the penalty? It's like a...
That's for me to know. And you slip into bed. Ramses, you wanted to do something.
Yeah, so Ramsey actually, he gets up at one point and he actually goes over to Finlow's bed. And when he looks, he would see that Finlow is not there. So he goes back to his bed and waits up to see if he'll return at some point to his bed. When he does return to his bed, Ramsey waits a few minutes for him to get settled in, and then creeps up out of his bed and moves over and shakes him ever so slightly.
You are not that... You're, it's not long before you've gotten into bed. You're not, asleep.
Yeah, I saw you come.
He goes onto the bed and goes behind him so that they're spooning, and then he gets close to your ear and says, "I am sorry for yelling today." And yeah, that's it. And then he goes to bed.
Okay. You may all take...
You have confused the boy. Not to apologize to him.
You all take a long rest. And as the morning comes, you hear the large, release of water. Like a hose is just going off. And Tecton is not in his bed.
God damn it.
But...
Goddamn erasers.
But the day is brand new. You get all your spell slots back, and you hit dice you may have used, spells, blah, blah, blah. The day is now yours. What would you guys like to do?
Super. Freya will have gotten up, and she will have asked for a decent breakfast, she will have asked for a breakfast of eggs, meat, coffee, some fruit if they have any, and she'll bring it upstairs actually, and conjure a small table so we can all eat breakfast together in the room and talk.
Sure. You guys all wake up to the smell of bacon, eggs, toast, fruits, like.
So hungry. Exactly what I want.
So, should I wait until after we've eaten to talk about our next moves?
We're not doing.
Right, then I think there's two places I want to visit. One is a personal journey. The second is because I think there'll still be information. The second being the cabin in the woods. We haven't explored it fully.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's dangerous.
Tecton sidles up to the table and grabs a slice of orange and just nods along. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we should go back to the cabin too. There's things down there we didn't discover.
Hey, I think there's... I think that there's something that I'm missing out from last night. It's kind of a blur.
Well, what do you remember?
I remember the thing with the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And then meeting a man named Jeffrey.
Okay.
And then
Completely lost there.
dancing. And
That hard to believe.
I was talking to that really annoying tiefling or half elf that was like, oh my god. And she was nice. And then there was a dead zombie. And then, yeah.
What part are you missing, though?
Freya mentally just goes.
You just described every aspect of last night. Aside from the Jeffrey part, that at all.
Pretty much caught up.
Well, no, because what happened in that house?
Alright, so your partner over here did some investigating. Instead of getting drunk, she actually found some pretty interesting stuff.
I'm gonna start pulling out the pictures that I have taken.
Sure, definitely.
And also the business license, alcohol license, and a building permit. And I'll regale my tale one more time for Tecton about all the things that I found, the connections that I think are happening. And I'll show off the picture to everyone of Mr. Williams being a suspicious bastard.
Tecton just stuffs hash browns in his mouth and listens and pores over the files and like, Cariad, good work. This is excellent.
Yo. Now, I think there's still a lot we're missing, but I know that this is a good starting point. So we need to find whatever we can. We need to find out who all the players, who all the traitors were. We need to find out who hated the Andersons. Why?
Are there any other names in those planets?
It's actually a really good question. Business license. Do I notice any names other than Williams and Anderson?
Bill, say which one was that? Sorry, say it again.
Business license.
Okay, so Colin Williams did sign off as the mayor, but for the business itself, it is signed by Wallace and Kelly Anderson. There is nothing else signing anyone else there.
So no other co-signers. And the alcohol license?
Oh
no, I'm asking the DM as the character.
The same thing. Wallace and Kelly are there.
I keep thinking you're going to say Wallace and Gromit.
I almost keep saying it.
That's something we should have watched during Halloween, Nick. We should have watched Curse of the
Where Rabbit?
Such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, we should.
We still gotta watch 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, yes, we do.
Tomorrow?
Okay.
You around tomorrow?
We're
Sorry.
recording.
Okay. Alright, so about the building permit. Did any contractor sign off?
There was a few contractors. The building permit did get signed off by as the mayor of Colin Williams. But there is also Wallace and Kelly, but then someone else foot part of the bill as well. And that was Mabel Constance.
Shit.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
I'm never going to live this down.
I can't.
Alright, so Mabel Constance. That's another thread that we have to look into. Because Mabel Constance was the previous mayor, and she was impeached for taxation issues. And if she's helping pay for the bargain, then clearly it was made with dirty money.
I think the use of the word clearly in there is a bold choice.
If she was stealing taxes, she helped pay for it with...
That doesn't mean everything she did turned evil. It doesn't mean that it was blessed by Asmodeus himself.
I'm not saying it was blessed by anyone. I'm saying she
I'm
used...
exaggerating to prove a point. You know I am. You know that.
Kari, make an insight check, please.
Do I know that?
Do I know this demon?
Insight plus 0. Fun. 14.
The gentle bags, the slight downward slope of the voice. You think Fenlo might be a little hungover.
Oh. Alright. Alright, well, I'll go slower for you. How does that sound? Not trying to insult anything. I'm just saying maybe you're not following.
No, I
if
am.
someone gets money...
A frog,
Oi.
and she's making very big jumps.
Oh, excuse me. Someone makes their money... Alright, we'll get back to this.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
And I actually have a personal matter to attend to. I don't think it'll be dangerous like last time. But if anyone wants to accompany me, I'll...
Make sure you don't get your neck bitten out again.
Make sure I don't die, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
What do you need to do?
I'm actually heading back to the graveyard.
Where is that?
I'm gonna pull out the piggy banks.
Okay, you hear a gentle clamor of coin in each one of them.
Is this from the Andersons?
Yes, and I am aware this sounds probably stupid, but I think the kids should have these back.
Oh. I thought you were saying you took these from the Andersons, and I was about to get all sorts of pissed off.
I did. I was
going to say, I was like, you stole from dead children.
I got your piggy banks now.
Just go to the grave and gloat.
Yeah.
Look what's mine, you little idiots.
Fucking died.
You died in a fire.
Hey, look at you! You died in the
you
most
were orphans,
way
and then you were
possible.
also dead.
Oh.
You got turned into an eldritch abomination against your will, and we killed you, and stole your money, and was shoved in your face, you fucking
You don't get any tokens for the fucking boatman. Fuck you.
Yeah. No, no coins to buy your way across the river, Sticks.
You swimming, boy.
Sink or swim, bitch. Anyway, I think that's very nice of you to do. Let's go do it.
Alright, thank you.
That seems right. Fenlo, I'm a little curious why you have so many criticisms after all that Carriad's found.
Ramsey sits up straighter.
Okay. I'm not criticizing what she found, Tecton. I'm criticizing the fact that we are making a bunch of assumptions based off of things that might not be connected. It is okay to theorize, but that's kind of as far as you should go when you got only so much of your boot stuck in the mud.
I don't know. It seems like there's a good amount of evidence here, and we're theorizing, but I think these are reasonable assumptions to make.
Will they stand up in court?
No,
I
which
would
is
say,
why,
if I am to be so bold, that the information here does imply that there is something larger at large. But I would say also that I agree with Finlo that making rash assumptions before having probable information to confirm or deny or to make proper assumptions, to reiterate, against someone would be unwise. Assumptions.
Kyriad isn't making accusations at the moment. She's proposing that we investigate more at the cabin and at the graveyard.
The graveyard's just to
And I, as ironic as it is, am playing devil's advocate. Get it?
Ramsey snorts.
Hey, I'm not. Don't. No, I'm not. Don't call me Angel. That's borderline taboo. It's like saying I'm an engineer. It's like, ooh, no. Don't have that degree.
No, you are just business major.
I apologize. I offended a holy man.
I don't know.
Anyway, what's your problem with
Who's this directed to?
You bitch.
Oh, okay.
The person of the conversation.
The one opposing us.
Alright, okay. The proposal is we look for stuff in the house, in the floor. I'm okay with it. The proposal is we take piggy banks back to the kids in the internet. I'm okay with that. My criticisms came in when, looking at the evidence, we went, therefore the mayor's involved. Therefore the old mayor was involved. And therefore it were dirty money and whatnot. And I'm almost losing my accent. I'm almost putting too much into it, but that's okay. This is where the problem will be for me. I don't know about y'all.
I'm just trying to find the suspect. Of course I have to name names.
No, there's a crime, see?
It's so obvious that there is. No, but it really...
Obvious. Don't say obvious, see? You know that ain't the right word for this, see?
It really is so bloody fucking obvious.
I know you
There's an entire... demon involved. Those
You
don't
think
just...
I don't know that?
That doesn't just happen.
No, it don't. But it don't happen because the mayor might be. It might happen completely in spite of that. And you putting 2 and 13 together and somehow getting 5 isn't helping.
I'm trying to find the person that did it. I'm not saying...
What? Did what see?
All of this. The crystal in the fucking graveyard. The demon lord of rot in the fucking forest. What are you talking about?
Do we want to find them, see?
Yes!
Do we want to find them? The unkillable
Because they're going to
demons.
continue. They're going to continue to kill innocent people as
could
long as they're out there.
If maybe I could be one to interject, if we are putting around ideas, I think that the idea that someone has possessed the creature in the graveyard and in the Bramblewoods also, I think it would be wise to consider that this will be on a larger scale than just within one town.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
Carrie, you put correlation between the idea of both gems, but both gems are not in the same location or same town even. Therefore, whoever could be doing this, or whatever cosmic works are at large, could be anywhere in this new world to us. And to make assumption over a mayor, so much so as to threaten their life, and Ramsey looks at Tecton for this, is what I consider to be unwise.
Alright, I just want to say I never threatened anyone. Tecton, I'm not throwing you under the bus.
What's a bus?
I'm not throwing you under the
The
carriage.
cart.
I'm not throwing you under the cart.
I was under a flying cart yesterday.
I don't know what that means, but I promise I'm on your side.
I was on it. Never mind.
There is something...
I never threatened anyone. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this, and I don't know why no one else is.
If I may continue. That is not to say there is not issue in this town. You don't run into symbolism of demons without there being an issue. But to assume that the issue with a demon and the stones are separate, that is one string. To assume that they are together is to assume another string. And if we are to go in the direction that they are together like you have assumed, to assume that it is just the mayor of this town that has them involved, when these towns, the visions we have seen, have been all over the world. I hope I am making sense. I do not think it is wise to keep such a narrow sight on just one place if you are looking for probable cause and effect.
Alright, I think I see where a miscommunication is happening. I'm not making assumptions. I'm saying there are possible players at hand. I never said, other than to Cassius, but you weren't there for that, so you don't know. I never said that the mayor was definitely the culprit. I never said that the previous mayor was definitely the culprit. What I'm saying is they definitely have a hand in this mystery. I'm trying to find out who is pulling the strings. And the second miscommunication is I didn't say there was a connection between the crystal in the Bramblewood and the crystal in the graveyard. I'm saying there's a connection.
That was kind of you, Ramses.
I'm saying there's a connection between there being zombies and a demon lord of rot, because after death comes rot. I think they go hand in hand.
Why do you keep saying that? After death comes rot.
Because the fact that we found dead bodies, and then we found...
Oh, no, sorry, I thought you was quoting something, but I was like, oh, when did this piece of information come to that?
I'm quoting me. I said that.
I apologize if I misunderstand the situation.
So I'm not making any assumptions. I'm theorizing. I'm making theories. My theory is
a town theory.
Thanks for
That's
watching.
the end of the episode.
Thanks
No.
for watching.
We don't know what we're doing.
If this is case, Carrier, then I agree. Perhaps it would be best to form our next course of action opposed to us bickering over miscommunications.
Alright. Thankfully, we finally move forward. So, I propose we head into the forest, but I want to make a quick stop. And once we have found the cabin, we'll do some research. After that, I was informed while we have not found a library, there is an archive. There is an archive here in town. And I definitely think we should...
Did I not check for an archive and there was not one?
You
You checked for a library and a church.
Oh, I thought I checked for an archive.
It's probably at the town hall, which
It's probably town hall.
I don't know if that's the greatest place for us right
But...
You two might not exactly be their favorite people right now.
Correct. We have 3 people that can go in, and in fact, we have 1 person that can go in unseen.
now.
And Cariad is going to stare at Fenlo.
I'm not breaking into the archives.
Then a lot of deaths are going to be on your hands.
Oh my god.
If you're not willing to help...
Or instead of breaking into the archives, we could go ask for permission to get into the damned archives.
Yes!
See?
That was the first plan. I said there are 3 people who can get in. And
Why
then
do
I
you
said,
have
if
to
that
make
doesn't
a
work...
backup plan?
I didn't say
It's
if that
such
doesn't
a
work, but...
social thing. It's going into a library. Why do we need a backup plan of let's break in?
In case they don't let you in. It's not a library. It's not public record. It's archives. It's town
Okay, then
archives.
Then we pay.
Ramsey,
Right? That was the first plan.
Ramsey,
I don't know why we needed any more than a first plan.
Ramsey
Okay,
puts
I'm
his-
In case the first plan doesn't work. What are you
Ramsey-
talking about?
taking the piggy banks down to the damn graves.
if Ramsey's
No, I am.
not
Fuck
already
you. You don't have the
sitting
piggy
down,
banks. It's just
The
Cariad.
piggy banks. Fuck you.
Okay, let's go to the...
Wait, Ramses is trying to say something.
Ramses is saying something.
if Ramsey wasn't already sitting down, he is now after listening to Fenlo and Cariat argue. He puts his elbows on his knees and he hangs his head and puts both hands on the back of his neck as he just listens.
Yeah,
And
Freya's
then he lets out
busy.
a lofty sigh.
Yeah, Freya's listening the entire time, but she's busy putting scrambled eggs on toast and then putting whatever this world's equivalent of ketchup is on top of that. Just,
It's called
eating it like
ketchup.
an open-faced sandwich.
I have plumbing.
Yeah,
it's
it's
called
putting
ketchup.
Cool. I don't know. Maybe it's
It's just tomato paste and
weird-
sugar or something.
yeah.
Vinegar, tomato, sugar.
Yeah. So she's eating this cute little open-faced scrambled egg sandwich, just looking back and forth. After she was like, whoa, they didn't listen to her.
Alright.
Tecton's nursing a pounding headache, but he's very glad that the conversation has come to this. That they're finally.
That could have been a lot worse. You could have had the runs. You could have had a fucking stomach ache. But you drank that fucking water.
Yeah.
Right,
And then
Fenlo.
Oops, sorry.
What?
Sorry, what was Texan gonna say?
I want to look to Cariat and say, kid, you've expounded on my smallest inkling of something being wrong here, and far surpassed anything that I would have the patience to dig through. And you should be commended for that. And if this leads to us helping out the town, then you're gonna be a savior to a lot of people. And I just want to give Cariad a long stare.
Cariad's all red in the face. She's embarrassed.
If she looks Freya's way, Freya's just gonna give her a quick little wink.
She'll get more red.
Alright, so we're going to the graveyard first.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we'll encounter a hero's parade on the way. Let's go.
Ramsey looks at Fenlo for like a hot minute and like just kind of evaluates the fact that he smelled like alcohol when he climbed into bed with him and how he's kind of out of it today. But he doesn't say anything. He just looks at him for half a moment.
Before we head out, I would like to re-equip all of my weapons, because I unequipped them all. It sucked only fighting that thing with a fucking scimitar. I needed
When did
bows and
you
arrows.
unequip a lot of the shit?
To meet the mayor, because I didn't think it would be wise to meet the mayor with straddled in
idea.
weapons.
You did just
Fair enough.
half.
Cause
They were worried that people wouldn't believe
I didn't-
them if they had, like, it's just like, look, a zombie, and it's like just a mash of limbs.
Just,
It's just
whenever
like,
you- whenever you
it's
kill
Anderson,
someone,
it's
just call them
Anderson. It's just like,
I
what?
was worried-
I mean, I guess that's his hand.
I was worried if I attacked the zombie while it was on the lead, it would try getting out of the lead. So while it was focused on me, I wasn't going to do anything but wait. As soon as
I genuinely, like, before that, when you were in the house the first time and trying to escape, I didn't understand why you didn't just...
I needed to use my action. I needed to use my action to disengage,
Yeah.
so I didn't provoke attack of opportunity.
Fair enough. Before we leave the sunken staircase, could I talk to
Sure.
everyone
When you
for a
come
moment?
down, she's just kind of cleaning up. It's not a busy morning, so she's just kind of working it slow. She goes, "Hi, what can I do for you?"
I walk in with my backpack that I got back from the rest of the party, and my normal clothes back on. Hey, Evelyn. I was wondering, did anyone respond to my note on the wall there?
So far, no. Sorry. No, sorry.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to it and change it from 5 silver pieces a day to 1 gold a day.
Okay. And can you remind me real quick? This note was like, "Will hire adventurers or hire us adventurers?"
I can tell you exactly
love
what it said. Helpers for hire, travel, peril, glory, will pay 1 gold per day. Food, shelter, and entertainment included. Combat experience preferred.
Okay, so you're trying to hire people.
That know how to handle themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just double checking that you weren't offering to pay someone to be hired. Just making sure.
Oh,
We'll pay 1 gold a
That would
day
be-
for you to hire us.
no.
For 5 gold a day.
Like, okay, but here's the thing. Is that just a 1 gold off discount, or is that we are paying you to let us work for you for essentially
Anyways,
free?
yeah, you can
That's
you
a gold
scribble out
off.
5 silver pieces and put 1 gold.
The best kind of free.
And you guys,
You are technically correct.
alright, you guys all gather your belongings and finish breakfast. You change your poster, Tecton, and you guys head out into the morning air. You make your way to the graveyard, was it? Okay.
Yes.
The graveyard is now cleaned up from the last time you saw it. The bodies are no longer there, and seemingly it seems, wow. It seems like they've cleaned up the lawn from any blood and viscera that may have appeared, because now it's back to that kind of lush green of a graveyard. The only thing alive in it is its grass, and like 1 tree in the background. You enter through the gate. Sorry?
There are no bugs.
I
That's
know.
immaculate.
You open up the gate and step into it. Yeah, and you make your way over to the mausoleum, the Anderson's mausoleum. Okay. Upon entering, it's very clean now in here. It must have been a good effort from some civilians, but it is back to its stony feel, the cold stone slabs, and in the back 4 coffins that are closed off now, with different plaques reading Kelly, Wallace, Georgie, and Winifred, all on the different plaques.
I'm gonna go put the piggy banks on the two children graves or plaques.
The kind of glass of the piggy banks hit the kind of stone with a gentle click. The coins settle in the base of it as you kind of begin to walk away, looking back on it. Oh, sorry.
I want to take the second picture I found. The one of all of them as a family without Colin Williams. And I'll lay that in the middle of the four plaques.
Definitely.
If you folks would like, I can seal up the entrance and get rid of some of the damage I did earlier, so that, it looks good and no one comes down.
That sounds nice.
Okay.
All right.
As they go back up, I stay for a second and go to seal up the the entranceway, I guess, to the mausoleum. Like, just close the stone in. But before I do that, I want to look at the stairs to the crypt. I want to look at the rune, and I want to use a sorcery point or like a spell slot, and cast it into the rune.
Okay. Make me just roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier for me.
13.
It is like dropping a marble into a glass vase. Each time the source of your magic impacts a seeming wall through this rune, it echoes off of it, kind of casting a wave to get the full picture of what this mausoleum is. Deft hands were used to build this mausoleum, as well as the stone is unnatural. It is magical in a way. And as you feel the marble that is your magic kind of bounce off each corner of this mausoleum, you get this sense that ancient magic was used to create this. And you get the sense that this wasn't just a simple carving job from your family. This was more entrenched in it than just them doing a favor.
As the rune is still lit up, I want to sort of wave vaguely at the ceiling, like when you walk into a corner store with a closed circuit TV and you can see yourself. I want to just sort of wave up at the ceiling.
Okay.
And then I'll close the door with my...
When you mold earth, there is like a tension of like building it up. It's like a split second and it seals.
I'll walk back up to him.
Alright. You guys all find yourselves in the graveyard and begin to walk out. You
Just point of reference, Fenlo did not.
Okay. Sure. As you guys close the gate behind you, what is the next step in your day?
Have a cabin in the woods.
Good movie.
It is a good movie.
It is, yeah, I love it.
Did Nervon say she'd come back with us?
No.
No.
Alright. She just put to get us a connection to some of the people from Lancaster.
Yeah. Alright, that's right.
Stuck with that too.
Yeah.
I know that she knows the way there well enough. I'm wondering if we could find it ourselves, because I'm a little concerned with bringing her into harm's way.
I mean, it was like where you left the moat around the bug.
Yeah.
It was like 300 meters in, 20 meters up. That's where Carriot saw the shadow. Oh, that's where the house was.
You okay there, fellow?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Had a bad sleep.
Sure.
Alright, well, let's go.
Okay, you guys find yourself to the northwest exit and begin to travel into the forest that you had traversed once before. You guys know that there's about a 3-hour journey before the area of where that giant wasp that you fought was. So you guys got some time, unless you guys want to sit in silence, and we can cut to. But if not, if you would like to talk.
Ramsey wants to talk to Fenlo while they're on the path.
Of course.
At some point.
Of course, go right ahead.
Like, he just wants to talk, like, hopefully, like, they're lingering away from the group out of, like, earshot more or less. And he kind of looks at Fenlo, and he says, Fenlo, I have many bad habits of my own, but I strongly suggest do not make that a habit when you are stressed.
Ramses, I like you. I like you a lot. Really, really like you. I'm an adult. I'm sorry.
Ramsey just kind of, like, presses his lips together and gives a nod. You can make your own decision, yes.
I'm not in the best mindset right now. I'm sorry if that came off harsh.
He waves his hand back and forth. No, do not worry. I understand. It is of your own decision to do that. But if I could impose such my own experience, there was a time a few years back when I was unhappy, and I used it to cope with stress occasionally, and it does not make you a kind person. I am just saying, it is up to you, and I will not look at you with judgment, but even I can tell this morning you do not seem happy.
I'm not.
What else is wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not nothing. It's not nothing.
Ramsey puts a hand on Fenlo's shoulder and looks down at him, like from his height, not like looking down on him, like ooh, but he looks down at him and he says, Fenlo, what is not nothing?
I'm not.
He takes his hand and he puts it under your chin now. Fenlo, what is not nothing?
It's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Ramses, look at me.
Oh, he's looking at you. He has his, like...
Yeah.
I do not think it is nothing.
Okay, do you want it in order of appearance, or do you want it in alphabetical order? Do you want the list of what's not fine that way or that way? Because there's a lot, Ramses, there's a lot, so much anger right now, and I am doing my damnedest to put a smile on my face, and it is fake, and it has been fake for a little bit now, and I am going to scream.
Ramsey just takes your hand and, like, pulls you in and gives you a hug.
Would it be the demon lord? Would that be the big problem? Would it be the fact that we are in a place that I have absolutely no idea how to traverse, no idea how anything works down here, no idea where I am, no idea I'm even on the same plane of existence as my mom and dad, no idea if you know that I'm gone, no idea if time moves the same way here, no idea if the offices up there are even functioning right now, no idea what I'm doing.
Ramsey, like, hugs you around the waist, and then he takes, like, your head in both of his hands and kisses you on the forehead. We're going back today. And he shouts to the rest of the group.
No.
I'm not giving you choice. And he takes your hand. We're heading back, and then he's dragging you along.
Ramses. Ramses.
Trust my judgment the way I trust yours.
Would somebody trust mine for just a second,
Finlo,
please?
what? He stops for a second. You are stressed. You are not Fenlo.
Yes, I am. You want to know what would make me more stressed? You want to know what would add one more thing to that little pile I just talked about? Is both of the healers not being part of the party when they go and look at this thing. That's a bad idea, Ramses. It's a bad idea. I'm sorry. It's a bad idea. It's a really, really bad idea. Let's go back to the group. Let's go back to the group. Okay. Just, it's fine. I'm fine. This is fine.
Ramsey looks at you for a second and he kind of like he puts his hand on his like forehead like he's thinking, and then he says, okay, but before we go into the house we will take a break and recoup with everyone. Agree?
Okay. Yeah.
Finlo, please breathe.
No. That's it. Carriad use a word of this.
Freya, make a perception check, please.
It is our secret.
Put my dice tray away.
Yeah, they were kind of shouting or like
I think it was an aggressive conversation, but Freya went, "Is everything all right?" and trailed behind. So
That
Why
is
me?
a total of -1 to perception. Fuck
What did
that.
I do?
11.
You catch that Karyat doesn't hear any of this. And you can tell, like, everyone can tell that it's like, it seems like trouble in paradise, but like, when you're, Freya, when you're like looking at them, it's like, Fenlo is tight, like he is uptight in his shoulders, and Ramses has this kind of, like, determined face that is slowly, like, losing its resolve.
We will take.
Everything alright?
Yeah, it is fine. Finlo and I are both tired. I kept him up a little bit too long last night. Can we take a break before we enter the hut?
That might be
Yeah.
crazy.
Alright, of course.
That would be a phrasing moment.
You know,
That's what
maybe, you know, if you're just maybe not in the same room as everyone else, you know. I don't need to know.
Ramsey like looks at you, Fenlo, and then like puts a finger on his lips and then runs a hand quickly through your hair. Let's just keep walking.
You knocked off my hat.
Ramsey just says, "Pick it up yourself," and we'll keep walking.
When you forget that the character canonically wears a hat.
Oh no, I actually did think about that. I actually did remember. I kind of didn't care.
That is for yelling at me. Next time I stomp your head into the ground.
You better not, Mom made that.
Oh. But yeah, Ramsey runs like a quick hand through your hair as he like puts a finger up to his lips when you say it's not like that, and then he'll begin walking with like your hand as you kind of like swoop down to, I think, grab your hat as we begin.
Yeah. And then he'll just mouth the words, "This is..."
The world goes up in flames. This is fine.
Cool. Well, while this is happening, I would like to just be going over with Cariad the details of what we know so far and everything.
Do you like to roleplay that, or do you just want to say that you did that?
Well, I heard it. As Eric,
Okay, great.
So.
And until that, sorry, keep going.
I don't know, Nick.
I'm just worried if we go over it too many times, people will get annoyed hearing it. But to recap,
So we know that.
all right, we're role playing it.
So we know that the current mayor was the godfather of the Andersons. With the knowledge that we accumulated from the Andersons, we know that there was tax evasion with the previous mayor. And we also learned that the connection with the godson was strange because he didn't go back to the house or pick up things, or maybe it was kept, like people like couldn't go in there, like they couldn't go in the graveyard maybe. And
Yeah.
and the Maybelline, she definitely did wrong, and she was seems like she donated money to the Andersons.
Yeah, so Mabel Constance was impeached for tax issues. That's all Cassius told us was tax issues.
Right.
And then we know that she co-paid for the bargain,
Mm-hmm.
likely using dirty money. And then Colin Williams is the godfather to Georgie Anderson, and it's a whole. We still don't know who passed the legislature to make it so that the guards can't go in the graveyard. We need to find out who passed that, because there has to be a reason guards can't go in the graveyard, and that's where
It's desecrating a burial site is the risk.
But I mean, so are zombies. Is
Well,
Fenlo actually a part of this, or is this Jackson?
Well, I don't know. Are y'all just saying this as we walk?
Yeah, we're just saying this out loud.
Yeah. It's like that's why like they didn't know what to do, is because that's why they hired us. It's like, oh, you're a third party that we can deal with this problem here.
But I mean, all that means is we desecrated.
Well, I mean,
True. Yeah. The fact that
didn't. In fact, I'd say that.
And neither would the guards had they gone in. If anything, I think the guards would have been more respectful, because they live here. They might have family in the graveyard.
I think you're not giving us credit like that. I think we handled that as best we could.
No,
It was a giant blob of flesh and bone. And
I'm not.
no, we handled it fine. That's not.
I'm not
the
saying
issue.
that we
Yeah.
did desecrate it. I'm saying that by your standards, it would have been desecration. Because you say the guards can't go in because it would be considered desecration.
It's not because it would be desecration. It's like the risk of like they would add that to their patrol route, and like I don't know. I'm spitballing. That seems to be common thing here.
I think there is somewhat of a defense that maybe the guards not going into the graveyard isn't necessarily part of it. Maybe there's some sort of separation of church and state in a way, where
But if there's a crisis,
you'd think,
Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
If Tarrasque shows up in the middle of the graveyard, I don't think that'll keep the military out of it. I think it's literally just
then
keep
why
out.
wouldn't The Walking Dead?
Because that's not as big a deal.
Fenlo, is it at least a
It's
little
kind
bit
of a big
suspicious?
deal.
It's at least somewhat suspicious, gotta admit.
If I knew there were zombies, I'd just go kill them myself. I wouldn't wait and ask someone to take care of it.
You're not unionized. You got your.
We have unions now. You know about their unions
The
now.
problem is
we
are
know
no
about the
unions.
pension. We know about the 401k they got.
Yeah, I know about the M25 orbital highway that goes
Technically,
around
there
this
are
town. I know
unions.
everything.
There's a guild. There's guilds. Those are unions.
Look, and furthermore, like there is one weird thing, is the fact that Celestin has been separated from this world for hundreds of years,
Yeah.
and yet, like the financial system and so much else is so similar. I was gonna bring that up when Tecton was like, "Where's the money coming from?" Like, dude, our concept of money is literally alien around here. It might be completely fine.
Well,
Gold doesn't really change, though, does it?
and Tecton's had some experience in that
Finance?
in his backstory.
Finance?
Just saying.
Did you just say that like currency and finances don't change over time?
So I said gold doesn't change. 1 gold costs 1 gold.
Oh, honey. Oh,
I'm gonna throw it out
Fenlo,
right
he is
here.
business major.
Gaia does not have an inflation system. It's not like an ale one time is not going to be like
Cariad's
1
right.
gold, and then 12 years later it's like 3 gold. There is no inflation.
12 years with 500 years, it's
Yeah.
still the
Are
same.
you telling me Gaia doesn't have trickle-down economics?
Because me,
Are
the
you telling me
creator,
Guy has-
does have
This
no
is why I
knowledge
play
on
D&D.
that. I'm dumb.
Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah,
and finance.
exactly.
D&D.
So you're telling me there's literally no financial problems anywhere?
Oh no,
on
there's
that
some financial
whatsoever,
problems.
There's corruption.
except in Celestin, where
But
I
it's
learned
more
about
so allocation of wealth.
And that's what we know, Cariad and Fenlo. And we're a maybe on the graveyard thing.
Assembly.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we're maybe on.
I want to check my sundial.
You're about an hour and a half into your journey.
Fenlo, I'll fucking hit you.
I press on. I take the lead.
During this time between like the lovers' quarrel and the talk about the
And the haters.
weird
quarrel.
the fucking
The money talk.
the money talk. Freya's just like occasionally she like starts like walking and like is occasionally like looking up while reading her spell book again, and then she'll like put it away and just try to like go through it like imagining it in her head, trying to figure out how she can make this work again.
Right. As Tecton leads the way through the forest, you guys go from an hour and 30 minutes into your journey and eventually 2 hours, and you guys know you guys are getting closer and closer.
Did we ever take
If
that
you guys
picnic
would
break
want to
for
take that
Fenlo?
now, that would be a good time to do that. Unless you guys want to get like to the place to do it.
Getting
I thought we were gonna go to the cabin and then stop outside.
yeah, that would is what was suggested if possible.
Okay. So you guys carry on. My wayward son.
Fuck! I was gonna say.
Continuing, as you guys are kind of just like, oh, we're almost there. Tecton, you check your sundial. You kind of get the idea. You guys hear.
Oh, you god.
What are
No.
you guys doing?
No.
I'd
Head to the trees. I head towards the
Alright.
foliage, whichever.
I speak
Yep.
for the trees.
Everyone make me stealth checks.
don't attack me with fucking bees.
Alright, still
How about can this
I'm
be?
just building the
Wait,
economy.
I'm just going into the trees stealthily.
Guys, I got a nat
I
one.
just love it. It's like, I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. Please don't attack me with giant fucking bees.
Yeah.
I have a question about our inspiration point. Can we decide to use it after
As
a
long
roll?
as you don't know the outcome yet.
Okay.
Fuck!
Guys, I got a natural one.
That's
For real?
Yeah.
Do you have an inspiration left?
No, I
before
used two
before
of
we know
them.
the outcome of a natural one, do you?
I waste those babies.
Oh.
yeah.
I think I have one. I think I,
got
have
a
an
good
Alright,
inspiration
so
roll,
die.
damn
Tecton, you got a
think
natural
I-
1. Ramses, what did you get?
I didn't get a good roll. Should I use mine?
I don't know, are you? I don't know.
I don't know. Should I? It's not a good roll.
I think at this point the stealth is still.
It's a group roll.
I think yeah,
It's a
we're gonna
group
have to
roll,
fight this
so-
thing anyways.
I'm gonna keep. I'll keep the
Okay.
inspiration. for
Ramses,
a
what
rainy
was your stealth, please?
7.
Okay.
day. Fuck. We lost.
Freya,
We
what was
lost.
yours?
Oh shit! That's right. I have to add a modifier.
Wonderful.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah, okay. Fenlo.
It should be known I roll with disadvantage, and I rolled 2 sevens.
Five.
So
Cariad, save us.
18.
Are you fucking
That's funny,
serious?
because I think the same outcome happened last time, too.
Last time.
That Cariad
Yeah,
was the only one
you're
who could
absolutely
hide.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right because it was
Cariad
like,
and Nirvana.
Yeah,
Cariad
Cariad
and
and
Nirvana
Nirvana.
are the only two that
Nirvana.
can hide.
So, as you guys are like
You
As you
fucking
guys hear
suck
the
dick, guys.
thrumming of wings flapping together, a similar sound you've heard before. You guys all watch as Tecton goes to the trees, and you guys try to dart, and then you hear zoom, 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 and you watch as Kara, you duck behind a tree as everyone is cut off by another.
I want to start climbing
on
it.
your turn because everyone, we're gonna top into the battle map and roll initiative, motherfuckers. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the interlude of this session of Chronicles of Gaia, the part of the session where I tell you about all the people that helped make this game, this podcast possible. First, my cat Mercer. He is here. You've probably heard him in the backing of these episodes a lot recently, and that is not anything I can really help. So I hope you hear his dulcet tones and enjoy them. Next up, our social medias. You can follow us on Twitter at COGRPG and on Instagram at COG.RPG, where we post the new episode clips. If you want to see clips from this episode or things that may not have gotten the final edit, then you might find them on there, depending on if I find anything funny or not. On there, you might see our character portraits, which were done by Saron Thomas, and you can find him on Twitter at theshockwave48. Next up, the music that brings you to the interlude and our theme song and our outro were done by Elk, who you can find on a myriad of platforms. Twitter is at Lord_Elk. Instagram is at Elk_Lord_Art. And for Coffee, where you can commission them to do their awesome artwork, at Elk_Lord. Finally, we have to talk about the big backing tracks, which were done by 3 people that I'm going to talk about now. Tim from tabletopaudio.com or patreon.com/tabletopaudio does awesome instrumental and ambient music for Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop games. If you support him on Patreon, you can find different backing tracks with different remixes from the ones that he posts on his website. So go and support him. Next up is Alexander Nakarada from serpentsoundstudios.com or patreon.com/ANAKARADA, who does awesome instrumental musics for not only just Dungeons & Dragons, but different horror or even just different heroic tracks that you can find, as well as some comedic tracks. He's the one that I got the awesome kind of fantasy EDM thing that I used for the Wallifer tracks in these last couple episodes. And finally, if you're looking for a very classic Dungeons & Dragons feel that comes from the modules, you can find AJ from youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes or patreon.com/swordcoastsoundscapes, where you can find tracks for a myriad of different modules that you would find from the Wizards of the Coast stuff, such as Descent into Avernus, or Curse of Strahd, or Ghosts of Saltmarsh. So if you're doing one of those games in your home games, maybe you can use those. And if you support him, you'll have plenty of music to help you there. Alright, that is it for me. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode of Chronicles of Gaia. We're kind of coming to the end of this arc in the next month and a half, so stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying your time here, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!
I just love the idea. It's just like, quick, to the trees! And we all kind of like scatter and bump into each other. And just like, fuck, get out of my way, get out of my way. And Carrie, I just like walks
I just
to the
vault
trees
over
and we're
everyone.
like,
I do a fucking somersault.
Pull up my giant mutant wasp.
I genuinely thought you were about to say my giant, so I don't have to listen.
Just deafen you all.
giant mutant wasp. Look out for my giant mutant wasp.
Alright,
See, that sounds more like Whitey Duvall.
Okay, but here's the thing. That actually sounds like it could be a line from the show. Like, watch out for
Yeah,
my
mutant
that's fair.
wasp. This is new.
Watch out for my giant mutant lava.
Watch out for the giant
mutant lava. He doesn't like wasps.
Look out for the giant fucking pizza. This is Neutron.
He doesn't like giant wasps. This is Neutron. He likes giant lavas.
This is literally the exact same setup. This is literally the exact same fucking setup as last time.
Wait, so okay, there's only one.
Only one.
Okay.
There's too many pieces.
No, our initiatives. Guys.
We suck, guys. We just suck.
I only
I
like
don't
the
like
Carl
rolling on
voice
this.
when he's like pleading with Mrs. Bishop.
All right.
Okay, good job, Tecton. You
I
got
don't-
the 12. The one guy above 10.
Alright, let's
Yep.
begin combat, everyone. Tecton, top of the round, it is you, Bobby. What would you like to do?
I would like to say that my in my hungover state that I charged accidentally towards it after I misheard it, and I want to. Do I try to climb it again? Oh god.
You fuck.
How far
5
up
feet
is
off the ground. 5 feet. It has, like, hovered down to
5
get close to you
feet?
as you guys have incurred its
5 feet? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to cast Enlarge on
Oh,
myself.
dope. Okay, I don't have a token for you, but I'm just gonna shove everyone off
so-
to the side.
So I'm large size, and I do an extra.
Everyone's shunted
And
as
then-
Tecton grows to a humble 5'5".
He's so huge.
Can he be my height?
What's
Can he
pushes us
be
away.
like 5?
You're
I'm
5'9".
5'9".
5'9", sure. I'll let that happen.
Yeah. Lovely. And I want to basically hold its legs down. so
Make
that
a
it can't
grapple check.
fall. Okay, and I believe because I have enlarge, I have advantage on strength saving for strength. Until the spell ends, the target also has advantage on strength checks and strength
Alright,
saving.
go for it.
That's a 14 plus 1.
You got a 16. As you grab onto its legs, they just, like, some kind of skin just falls off of it. And it, lots of stringy mucus and membrane pull off as you pull off its leg holders, its pants, maybe.
Oh.
And you just, like, and you drop them, and they in there on the ground.
Alright, well,
Bonus action,
that's my turn.
movement.
No, I'm gonna stay
Alrighty.
right under.
Freya, it is now your turn. Ramses, you are on deck.
She's going to fucking. Why can't Blade War be a bonus? Actually, I'm getting the bullshit. She's gonna she's gonna run over here, and she's gonna cast
Go for
Fire
it.
Bolt. That is a 17
That hits.
to hit. What is that? That's a D10. Yeah. That's two fire damage. It's two fire. It's two fire damage.
It looks so bad. You hit it, and it just kind of shoves it off, and what a bunch of its antennas once again goes towards you, Freya. Is there anything else?
It's not the highest I could roll. Fuck, what else do I want to do? No, thank you.
Alrighty. Ramses, it's your turn. Karyad, you're on deck.
Ramses is going to use all his movement to go forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Sure.
If that's okay. Just like making an L around. And then he is going to, because it's close to the ground right now, go for attack with his battle axe.
Go for it.
Alright, rolling to hit. Wish us luck. They 14 plus 5,
That
19
hits.
to hit.
Roll that damage.
Brilliant. We love to see it. Slashing damage. It 2 plus 5 is 7 damage.
Oof.
Yes.
Oof, I say oof.
We do not hesitate with large bugs, we squish them. Or
Anything
cut
else you'd like
them.
to do?
There is no.
Okay.
No. No, there's nothing else he likes to do. This feels great,
All
though.
right.
He's very...
As
he's
you
very
rush
frustrated.
around the newly 5'9" Tecton up behind the mutant hornet, you bring out your battle axe and slash down its thorax as it doesn't make a sound, but you can see its wings like stop beating for a second and then begin to pick up pace, and one of its antennas, of its multiple antennas, turns back towards you. And then it is the hornet's turn.
The bears.
It
Beers.
is going to make 2 stiletto strike attacks. One on Ramses and one on Tecton. This one's for Ramses. Does a 18 hit you, Ramses? I knew it.
No.
And Tecton, this one is 16. Alrighty.
Perfect.
Yeah, look at me, I'm prepared. I need my little dice. Alrighty.
Little
And those dices. That is 11 points of piercing damage. As its stinger curls around behind it unnaturally, you guys hear cracking and tries to stab at Ramses. Ramses, you just block it off with your shield, and then its whole stinger kind of like recalibrates and shoots out at the enlarged Tecton and successfully stabs him in the shoulder. But that is the end of the mutant hornet's turn. Karyad, you are hidden currently.
Yeah. I'm gonna climb the tree that I'm currently under.
Please make an athletics check or acrobatics check of your choice. Yep.
Acrobatics or athletics? I'm gonna go with athletics because that's
Alrighty.
+6.
Oh yeah.
23.
And you get up.
And then with
I'm
my
gonna say you're
scimitar
15
in
feet
hand.
up because you don't have a climbing. 15.
15. I'm going to then leap from the tree onto the wasp's back,
Okay.
doing a downward stab with my scimitar to make purchase and make a hand.
Okay. Roll me an attack. Actually, make me an athletics check again.
Okay.
Okay.
21.
And then make that attack.
21.
Just a straight attack.
Straight. Am I still
Yeah.
adding my
Yeah.
to hit modifier? Thank you. Natural 20, so 26.
Roll that crit damage.
So
My party not believing in me makes me crit harder.
I mean that's accurate.
My cat is
Just saying.
flying right next to the mic. This is gonna be an excellent edit.
So,
Kick it. Throw it. Hacky sack that cat.
Nick, what you're saying is all we have to do is bully Carryat and you'll be the most effective character in Dungeons and Dragons.
And then like 13 sessions later, when she asks, I would like to rage, you'll be like, why are you a barbarian? And I'll get to do a fun edit where it's every time someone shat on Karyad.
Multi-class
Yeah.
barbarian just to get
What
rage.
was that damage?
That's my secret. I'm always
Sad.
What was the damage, Karyad?
Yeah, unfortunately that was
You did
only
some
8
good
damage. No, I only rolled 2s on this
no.
D6.
All right.
That
As you
is not
quickly
good damage.
Climb the tree. You push off from one branch to get to the highest. You're 15 feet up in the air, and then you leap. You find you're free-falling 15 feet in the air, and you summon your scimitar, turn it around, and just stab deep into the back. For a second, you don't think you'll find enough purchase to stay, but whatever you hit into, it's enough to keep you there as it slides down gently, but you are on top of the mutant hornet. Fenlo and Tecton, from your standing, when Karyat slams the scimitar in, it just goes all the way through the chest, and you see the scimitar poke out from the other side. Is there anything else you would like to do, Karyat?
I think that was all my actions, because I'm guessing my bonus action was to jump off a tree, so...
Yeah.
Then...
Alrighty.
Well, I
Would
could,
you like
I
to
could
action surge?
Think
You know
about the
what?
cabin. Think about the cabin.
That's true.
Okay.
I won't action
Your
surge.
turn. Fenlo, it is your turn. Tecton, you are on deck.
I have a question because I've never encountered this, but I know it's been said before. I can use a cantrip and a full level spell slot so long as they don't use the same action, right?
Yeah. So if you have a cantrip that is a
Yes.
bonus action and then a full spell that is an action or vice versa, then that works.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Hex on it as a bonus action.
Okay. Alrighty.
For this, how do I cast it? Oh, this does not really, this just happens. Okay, I don't have to roll anything to make Hex happen. That's cool. Alright, so I will
What?
cast Hex.
What ability do you give a disadvantage on?
I'm gonna say, like, it's just the overarching one, right?
I think so.
I'll say Strength, because I feel like that's what it's gonna need to shake, carry it off, so let's give it disadvantage on that.
Alrighty.
And then with my full action, I'm gonna hit this boy with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Disadvantage, please.
Yeah. That becomes a 14.
To hit?
That does hit? Yeah.
No, to hit.
Yeah, to hit.
That misses.
Dang.
Goes off into the distance.
Okay.
You put out your hand, and a few words come to your mind that you have not spoken before, gently under your breath, and the sun that is beamed down on the earth below just gently picks up and points towards the mutant hornet.
Oh.
Anything else, Fenlo? Do you want to move?
Kinda, but I know it's gonna take an attack of opportunity, but I'll take it. I will take it. We just gotta. Yeah, because I got 4.
It's going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Yep, here it comes.
That'll be a 23 to hit.
That does. It does manage.
Alrighty. That's 12 points of piercing damage as it jabs at you as you make your way back from where you came from on the road.
Yep.
Just kind of scathing you horribly. That is the... Oh.
I'm gonna use my Sentinel ability, seeing as it just attacked one of my
Yeah,
friends,
you're...
and I'm
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
within 5 feet.
Go for it.
So, I'm going to twist the blade, yeah.
This
with my
only
scimitar
applies
around
to
it.
attacks that I make.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, just make sure.
That hits.
Artificial 20 to hit.
That's pure.
Another 8 damage.
Alrighty. You twist the blade.
Twist the blade
You can
right in
feel
between its
even-
wings.
I swear to God, if
You
Kariad gets
feel
another
in this
fucking
one,
kid.
there is still that hollowness from the last one that you faced. And that is the end of Fenlo's turn. Top of the round is Tecton with Freya on deck.
Nice. I'm going to use Second Wind. I get 8 points back. And I'm going to cast Maximilian's Earthen
Okay.
Grasp on Mr. Mutant Hornet. So it has to make a strength saving throw. DC 12.
Disadvantage on that hex. Doop. That's cocked.
I forgot. I forgot that I
Um,
should roll constant.
It's a strength. Okay, it fails. And yes,
Okay,
Fenlo, could you roll
Mr.
your...
Yep, it's a con saving throw.
Yeah,
17.
you're fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And Tecton, is it...
Oh, I need to roll one of those as well. I rolled a 9. So it is restrained. So its speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and its own attack rolls have a disadvantage.
Okay.
And it has disadvantage on dexterity
As-
saving throws.
Okay.
And it also takes 3 points
of damage. Alrighty, thank you. As you look at the scene in front of you, Tecton, you pull out your bone club and slam it down on the ground, and there's a brief rumble for those of you still feet planted, and then once again, from what you saw of the performance the other day, a spectral kind of gray, long, slender arm kind of comes up from the earth and grasps on to the giant wasp. The Cariad, you sit comfortably between the fingers of this magic as it slams down and begins to squeeze. You guys hear the cracking of exoskeletons and wings stopped and flapping against this magic, but it can't find purchase to continue flying. Is there any? Okay, do you want to move or anything? Alrighty.
Nope.
Freya, it is your turn. Ramses, you are on deck.
I'm gonna shoot another firebolt, but I have advantage now, yes?
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. 19 plus
That'll hit.
6.
Beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
Beautiful. And that's so much better damage. That's 8 fire damage.
Solid.
As the fire hits and licks up the wing.
Um,
Anything else you'd like to do, Freya?
Hey,
No, I'm trying to stay as good as I can for any potential cabin damage. Nope, she's gonna
Alright.
stay where she is.
End of that turn. Ramses, it is your turn. Karyev, you are on deck, or on Wasp in this case.
Yes.
It is 5 feet in
Yep,
the
you can
air,
still hit it,
right?
though. You've still got
So I-
range on it.
Alright, I am going with the classics, of course. I am going to hit it with my battle
Of course, a classic.
Classic.
Actually, how is it?
Classic Ramses.
Classic Ramsey decision. How is it looking, though, by the way?
Things have happened to it.
Yeah, okay.
Second verse, same as the first.
So not cash money. Okay, so I'm gonna hit it with my battle axe, like I said.
Go
So
for
rolling to hit. Let's see. 11 plus 5 is 16
that
to
hits.
hit.
That just hits.
Rolling damage for battle axe. 8 damage for slashing.
Alrighty. As you slash off one of its legs, it slops onto the ground with that same kind of ichor that fell out and that pink meaty meat from the last time. Do you want to move or anything? Bonus action? Anything like that?
No, I am okay because I can hit it from where I am.
It is
So I will
Mutant
end my
Hornet's turn. Does anything happen at the top of its round, Tecton?
It can use its action to break out of restraint. So it has to get a
It's
12.
not that smart. It is going to...
Strength.
No, it's not that smart. It's not smart enough to try and break out.
Oh.
Actually,
that's it.
you know what? He is gonna try and break out. A strength of 12, you said? It's got disadvantage on that.
Yeah, he does.
Shit. My god, that was some luck, but then some terrible luck. One of them was a 20, but it's disadvantage because Hex, so that would just be an 11 total, so it stays.
Yes.
And that's the end of the Mutant Hornet's turn.
You got hexed, bug. You got hexed.
Alright, Cariad, it's your turn.
I'm gonna keep my scimitar in, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
pull out one of my hand axes. And I'm just gonna start hacking at its
Sounds good
back
to
and
me.
wings. Sounds
Hacking
good.
at the back and wing.
Hit.
16 to hit. And I'm bad at math. 9 damage.
Okay.
And I assume, yeah,
Pull
I
out
used my
the
bonus action
hand
to
axe, yeah.
grab my hand axe. And I don't plan on using any movement.
You
So
unclip your hand axe, bring it down next to the scimitar as the bug kind of concaves in its back a little bit. And Venlo, it is now your turn. You are 40 feet away from it.
Alright, I'm gonna use a bonus action, and I'm gonna use one of my healing dice on Mr. Tecton, because I know he took a little bit of a boo-boo.
We have the bonus actions ready to rock.
I'm looking
No,
okay.
it's just D6. It's just because I have the ability to do it. You heal 5, good sir.
Everyone clap because that's the highest healing he's done.
Yeah.
Outside of his cure wounds.
Oh, bless.
Okay, to be perfectly
Bless your
fair,
art.
it's just because I haven't used all of the dice at once.
Just take the compliment. Just take the compliment.
Oh my god, I just learned how to take
And then I'm gonna hit this big, dumb-looking bug with an Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
This time. A blurs.
I believe you get advantage on this.
I get advantage on this? Oh, okay, then I will. Okay.
Because it's restrained.
Oh, okay, cool. That's an 18 then.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Alright, cool. We're adding a d6 of necrotic.
Because of Max.
No, because of Hex. Oh, sorry, I see.
What's the damage?
I am rolling. I forgot what dice I need. There we go. Alright, that's a solid 8 force damage and 3 necrotic damage.
Math. Okay. Alright. Casting out your yellowish orange beam that shoots out, has a kind of outward tinge of this kind of black energy that slams into it. Pieces of its hide are beginning to fall off. Anything else, Venlo?
No, that's it for little old me.
Alrighty. Top of the round, Tecton, Freya, you were on deck.
So, unfortunately, because I cast the Earthen Grasp, my Enlarge spell went away. So I basically just ran up to it, made myself bigger, and then instantly turned back down.
Alright.
You pulled a Mario. You got bigger, you got hit, and then you shrunk.
Yeah. I'm going to, in my smaller form... Yeah. In my smaller form, I'm going to cast Shillelagh as a bonus action, and just hit it with my bone.
That just hits.
Yeah, no, you said Bone Club, but I heard
I
Bone
did
Club.
also.
Hit it with my bunkle.
I'm gonna hit it with my bunkle.
That is
I'm gonna name my kid
9
that.
points of...
Alrighty. As you crack down into its thorax, the stinger quirks to a odd angle upward as you bring in and concave part of its thorax. Anything else? Tecton. Alrighty.
Nope. I am done.
Beefy damage from Tecton. Freya, it is your turn. Ramses, you are on deck.
Into the more.
Freya. We're going to fire at it. Natural
Alrighty.
Woo!
on the buy dice.
Love wins.
What is that? Just 1d10 and then
No,
double
roll
the
2d10.
number?
Double the dice.
Oh, fuck! If there was any time to get 2 10s, that would be fine. That's a 6 and a 7, though, so that's...
That's bad. That's not bad.
13?
13. Yep.
13
As the
fear
fire
damage?
kind of slams up, the wings are now fully burning out that you can see above the hand. Is there anything else you would like to do, Freya? Movement, bonus action.
I'm living life where I am right now. I'm feeling great.
Okay. Wonderful.
It feels so wonderful.
Bing bong bing.
Anything else, Freya? No, that's it. All right, Ramses.
I was trying to think of a rhyme for the song.
Ramses.
It has worked every time so far, and I am going for third time the charm to
With
actually kill it this time.
Classic Ramses.
I will hit it with
With
me
advantage.
Vitalex. Rolling
The
to hit.
beetle.
I got a d20!
Yeah!
And I can do it with advantage too?
Yeah, just...
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a second 20.
Yeah, get a second. No, not a second
Double.
20. But I got 20!
What?
Roll that
Okay, hey,
damage. Double
Nice.
dice.
Fuck yeah!
hey, DM. What?
Okay. First slashing damage is... Sorry, go ahead.
Crew.
I was gonna say, like,
Plus?
do we get something for the food?
18 damage.
Finish him.
Yes!
Hey.
Randy
Ah.
does not hesitate. When he strikes his battle axe into the nape of his neck, he takes his foot and pushes the head so that it pops right
Alrighty,
off the
with
body.
a paladin Jedi-like lunge, you come up, swing, and decapitate this giant hornet. As it lops to the side, the body begins to kind of shrivel up and fall out of the spectral hand, and Karyad, you land gently into the grasp of this Maximilian's earthen grasp. And that
Aw.
is the end of this combat.
Oh,
That went way better. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I wanna use the earthen hand and like just
Smush it.
just smush it like a bug. 100% success rate.
Good job, everyone. That went very smooth.
And you guys are close to the house now. Now that you've killed a giant wasp again.
Perhaps if everyone is okay with it, now would be a good time to relax for a moment.
Yeah, we want to take a short rest so I can get my spells and my dice back.
Let's get off the path first.
Good
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Let's go into the
Yeah.
forest a
You
bit.
guys come off the beaten path and find a nice place that is dry and shaded. And take a little short rest if you guys would like to use any hit dice or regain anything that you can on a short rest.
Ramsey, during this short rest, is just going to very much so sit with Fenlo. And just literally kind of, yeah, and see if he wants to say anything. But if not, then Ramsey's just going to keep quiet.
Give me a sec. I would roleplay. I just have to add my my hit dice back.
Yeah, no problem.
If
And this
she's
is-
oh, sorry, I was gonna say if she's able, Freya's gonna try to eavesdrop.
You naughty bitch.
Messy hoe.
Hey, remember when we
You nasty
the
hoe.
Carriad
Yeah.
Freya dynamic
That's it.
between mother daughter? I don't think it is.
It's the mother-daughter. I call mama.
I don't. I would get murdered.
I said
I
whoever
would get
threw
murdered,
that,
and I
your
would
mom's
murder
a hoe.
myself.
And Liam froze, but I had something to tell him. Once he.
I'm here.
Oh, you're still here. I
Yeah.
could have action surged. I get it back on short rests.
Aww.
Bobby, I'm not a fighter. I don't know why you listen.
No, I know. I forgot also.
We
but
also don't.
I forgot we were gonna short rest before going in the cabin.
Fighter to fighter, I understand.
Yeah, exactly. I hardly
Yeah.
ever do my parties take short rests.
How about that action surge, fighter?
Yeah.
Just kidding, I'm only level 1.
You're a fighter?
Can I cook a bunch of
Sure.
rations if we make a fire?
Absolutely.
Oof.
They're good.
Go on, you two.
What?
Talk. I want to see if I want to see if I hear anything.
Yeah, were Ramses and Fenlo saying anything?
Ramsey just kind of sits next to Fenlo with like probably an arm wrapped around him. He won't say anything during this time. He'll just kind of, yeah.
While this
Karyad's gonna play patty cake.
While like reciting while doing the conspiracy, we've made it into like a rhyme.
There.
Yeah.
I did. I did forget to do something at the long rest. Cariad, can you make me another Constitution saving throw, please?
No! I don't want to do that.
I'll just give you the bad outcome.
Save? No, that's fine. I actually rolled high. So...
Okay,
21?
thank you.
21.
21?
Alright. As you guys finish your short rest, what is your goal here? What is next?
Well,
So-
I want to go to Freya
Okay.
first. I want to ask her. Can you make this fire I got a little bigger? Do you have the wizard powers to do that? I want like a big bonfire, It's better for cooking dried meat, in my opinion.
Do I have the wizard power? Of course I do. Of course I do. And she's gonna, cast a couple fire bolts to make the fire.
You
big as she
add
wants
to the
it.
fire. You do not increase lay fire.
And she'll use her, I think she has a tinderbox. And she'll, set up more pieces of wood and maybe do, cute little, after she's done setting it up, just bigger fire, see? Yeah. And then, she does, a cute little, pirouette twirl and and just, lighting different pieces of the wood.
Okay.
Just
All
flexing.
right.
Yeah.
You can make a large bonfire, yes.
Liv's face. Oh my god.
I mean, I can do many more things, but...
Okay, now it just sounds like you're trying to, flirt
Wait,
with
what?
Becton. I can see so many feelings.
Barely broke a sweat.
You don't even know
Freya,
what
that
I
was
can
bloody
do for
cute.
you. It's
Hey,
Why do you say that like you're surprised? I'm cute all the time.
well, I was just asking because I know you're a very powerful, spellcaster, and sometimes I hate that, But I would say that I would have to respect your prowess. I'm more of a single sort of element guy myself. But I like your branched out into schools, and that's something that guy like me can't do. So I appreciate you building some fires and whatnot. And that was supposed to be a compliment. It got lost in translation, but
Jimmy, you're stupid. She'll turn and her braid will do a little hair whip, and she'll walk back over and try to drop a.
Is she not trying to fuck him? Is that...
like this is part friendly. It's a part check. What way is this going?
Yeah, no, legitimately, that was so mean.
Just a complete 180.
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you two were getting along. What the fuck was that?
It's both. It's like
This
I have
Freya,
questions.
they are not even speaking. They are holding hands.
Throw a bit of a curveball.
And you guys all finish your short rest. What is next?
Are we going into the building? What is...
Let's... Sorry, go on.
Is that the plan? Do we have a different sort of actions? If we see another doll on the table, we do not touch it, yeah?
wood, carpets,
Agree?
and knives, and tripwires, and everything.
And
Don't
I think we
don't
should-
touch wooden carvings.
I think we should investigate the outside first before we go in. Because we didn't really do that last time. We just kind of barged right in.
I did look around a little bit.
No, it was all covered.
Yeah, you know, your
Undergrowth.
normal house in the middle of the woods.
I don't know if
Covered
you
in
know this,
moss
but
and
I've only
mushrooms
really
and-
seen one cabin in the woods ever, and it's that one. I don't really have a lot to go off of here. And
Alright, well, I would expect it to look like a house.
Fair
just
enough.
in
You
the
know
woods.
what? It's probably our first cabin in the woods any of us has ever seen ever. I hope they're not. I really hope they're all not like this.
warm.
That was, I would hate that.
This is
I would
It's
hate
the
that.
first of many.
That would be a terrible secret about the surface world. That
every cabin we come across is just a different demon lord. It's like,
Yeah, they got like secret labs in the basements or whatever.
I don't
I
like
don't
it.
like that. I don't like the sound of that.
Liv, can I go around the house? Can I like circle it?
As
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
what Karyad
kind of
wants to do.
circle around it, meeting in the back center, you two can make investigation checks if you'd like.
I'm looking for, like, cellar doors and wear and tear and, like...
That's a 11.
Yeah, sure. I'll look too.
Freya. Freya, you are distracted by the moss, the seemingly large amount of moss that has grown from the last 2 days that has happened here. Tecton, when you are looking around, you see a lot of the holes and stuff like that, or the broken window from the catapults that you shot a dagger out of, is now cleared up. The window is grown over with a lot of vines, covering up the hole that from the window. And any of the holes from the daggers missing and slamming into the wall is now covered in moss. Almost like it's like patched to the whole house. And Karyad, as you kind of circle around that, there isn't a whole lot. You notice those as well, and there isn't a whole lot to look at. There is no secret doors, there's no secondary cellar door, anything like that. It just looks like a small house. Yeah.
So there's only the front entrance?
Nope, nothing
there's no
like
back
that.
door, there's nothing? This
Yeah.
this building's only 1 story tall, right?
From what you see,
Plus
yeah.
a basement?
From what you
From
see,
what-
yeah,
yeah.
a basement,
What
yeah.
we assume to be a basement.
Would it be possible for me to like dig a sort of like a trench around the house?
Sure, if you
With
want. How
Mulder?
deep are you going?
You know what I mean? Like maybe 10 feet. I don't
You
know.
make a little trench around the house. Definitely caving out some of the forest floor. Also caves out some of the fungus that quickly gets buried as the earth falls away when you cast the spell.
Do like the mushrooms and the mold around the house or like moss seem to be like magical in
From what
any
you
way?
can glean, because it either is magical just from the way it glows, or it's something that you have not seen before up on Celestin. If you had the detect magic spell or like some ability that lets you detect if there's arcane natures in something, then like that would be more of the suit. But you kind of can guess that it might be magical.
I more just want to know if like if something like a crystal or like whatever we've seen before is causing this, or the plants themselves.
If you had to, yeah,
Would
you
I be able
don't
to, like-
feel
We
like
didn't
the
sense a
pulse.
crystal.
Normally, the last 2 that you dealt with, there was like a pulse that waved out over the area. You don't feel that here.
Okay,
Might just
so
be
there
the
might just be.
You kind of gather that it might
Cool.
just be the plant.
Can I throw up
Can you
a
throw
detect
up? Yeah,
magic?
definitely. Yeah. You can. Are you gonna cast a spell or a ritual cast? Okay.
Yeah.
Take 10 minutes, and eventually, the plants are magical. They are. I don't think they have a particularly like a. Actually, hold on. Give me a second, and I can. Yeah.
Find out the school.
Do you puke up the color of the school? Like, if it's abjuration, you puke red or something?
Yeah. Necrotic, you puke up black.
Cool.
You, but
It is transmutation.
when she does do detect magic, though, her eyes do glow, and the teal parts of her eyes are just brighter. And
Glad
sorry, you
there's
said
no vomit.
transmutation?
Sorry, say it again. Yes,
You
correct.
said it's transmutation. So the plant life is magical. It's got magical properties to it. Can she take her dagger and like try to cut off like a
Sure,
piece of
easy enough.
the
It's like
moss?
you gotta scrape it off, but yeah.
Yeah. I want to like put it on something and like see if I can set it on
It
fire.
does catch fire. It takes a minute for it to burn and like actually do it, but it gets there.
Wait, so we can burn that. Worst case scenario. Alright, something in here is making it grow. What do I think that is?
Freya, do you remember if this place had a like a downstairs at all?
I remember there was a cellar door inside where the vine cocoons were. I think
Kitchen.
there was a cellar door.
Can I like
Kitchen.
try to dig into the basement? of the
It would
house?
take you some time, but you can definitely try. Okay.
I'll start.
I just gotta look something up. Hold on. Talk.
I was actually gonna suggest that, so I'm glad you went with it.
I'm glad you can deal with the possible consequences as opposed to me.
No, I was gonna ask Tecton to do it, but I was gonna say we should just go right under, since we have a 10-foot moat now.
Is there any? I guess I can't see through the walls, but like, is there anything like? Do I get a stronger sense like through the wall, like
A core. or
that the
anything?
magic is stronger
If you
inside?
get closer to the building, the area in which you saw the vines, all the vines, whatever's inside the vines, the bodies you assume, have a necromantic magic attached to it.
I'll make sure to warn everyone.
And as you...
Bodies.
And then as Tecton, you begin to carve out, trying to dig deeper into the basement to get a different access route. Freya, as you kind of come over, you do sense there's an abjuration magic deeper down. You know that to be protection magic.
Your instincts. Your instincts are right. There's definitely something down here. Yeah, keep digging. Keep digging. Tell me if you get blocked, though.
Just Bugs Bunnying my way down.
Don't take a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
No, I imagine it as like him just like pounding away like at the ground with a hammer.
Tecton, as you kind of
Like-
dig further down, eventually your magic stops at something. There's no longer dirt to mold. And when you kind of get down and kind of move everything off with that wave of your hand, all the other dirt kind of sticks to the other dirt. It is like interlocking vines have made a base for this basement.
I want to whistle. I can't do the whistle, but then I'll say, "Hey, I think I found something over here. Freya might need some of that fire."
I'll shoot a
It-
firebolt at it.
Hits against it. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
What?
Don't hurt you.
Saving throw.
It's natural.
Okay.
No.
Feeble mind. My intelligence is now 1.
You get feeble-minded. you cast out the fireball,
Yeah.
and you know when you blow out a candle and then you can light the candle again on the smoke that's still drifting off the candle? It's like that. Something reverbs through the magical connection of your firebolt. As soon as it hits the vine, something just shirks up through your arm, and you feel pain rack your body. You are taking 11 points of necrotic damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute.
Holy shit.
That happens, and she's just
Okay.
falling flat
You
on her
guys
back.
watch as she goes rigid, and you see all the veins on her arm that she has her wand clutched in go black, and they protrude horribly. They're not popping out of the skin or anything, but you can
Right.
see them under her arm.
Ramsey goes to try and
Okay.
catch her as like, she's
you-
falling.
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys
Cariad will
catch
also
her no
dive.
problem between the two of you and gently set her down as she's just... You see her eyes are like wide, and she's like, her eyes can like move towards you and train towards you guys, but she is paralyzed.
I am so sorry. Oh my god.
Can you
Like, they
speak?
look
Can
at
you say
Ramses and
anything?
Cariad like if eyes could emote, and she's like, "Thanks for catching me," and then they look at Tecton. Just like nerves like twitching in her eyebrows, trying to form a scowl.
I could be wrong, but I do not believe Freya is supposed
So-
to do that.
To just raise up and
And he kind
foam
of...
at the mouth? No, I don't believe that's in her repertoire.
No. Yeah, no. Definitely not. Will she snap out of it? Freya?
I
Like...
I have nothing.
I don't have anything to cure status effects.
We have to go
Yeah,
back to town
yeah.
if she does not. Do we?
Is
Ramsey,
she gonna be like this forever, or what's going on?
No, she will not be. We will go get the healer, and Ramsey will pick her up, and we have no choice. We will have to be. If she is stuck like this, we cannot. Ramsey looks like he's trying to find words. Do we stay? We must go back to someone who will be able to snap her out of this.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should go back to town.
And at this point, Freya, you go slack. Ugh.
Let's Oh, guess we gotta stay. Oh.
Are you
Oh,
feeling okay? Are you do you need healing?
are you alright, Freya?
Can I carve out more space around
Sure.
the
Seeing
vines?
Freya's guided impression that she wants to continue, you cast and kind of expand outward. Eventually, you see the width to the side of the house is covered in the basement with vines.
She's going to
Or you
like roll up her sleeves. And
I want to place. Yeah, I want to place a
Just-
hand.
just-
I want to place a
this
hand on Freya's shoulder.
She's going through her book. She's going through her book, like looking at different spells. Some she knows and some she doesn't.
I'm using
Oi, Freya!
two
Stop.
of my healing head and my healing hands to restore. Let's see. 7 plus. You heal 11.
Sick.
Is it really?
That's exactly what. Yeah.
Okay,
Freya.
cool.
Yeah, that was the
Perfect.
damage.
Go,
Thank you very much.
go
Thank you
attack
very
that.
much.
Yeah.
Freya, wait. Stop. We know we saw a way down into the basement.
'Cause
Let's try it first. I don't like what that did to you.
You're right. But I have plans might work better if it is like a door.
Freya, I don't want to see you like that again.
What if we all hit it at once? This might be a crazy idea.
no,
No,
bad idea.
you shut up. You're right.
Have you guys
You're
seen the
right.
Power Rangers?
I was just thinking that.
What if we don't? What if we don't use magic? Let's just try cutting it.
Wait.
I'm gonna take out
Throw
a
it.
hand axe.
Maybe if it's not attached to you, it won't do anything.
When did I get an ice knife?
That's a spell.
Oh, okay.
Where did
I was looking in my inventory and it says ice knife. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Fuck, did I get an ice
You even
knife?
texted me that you changed that.
I was
into
just
that
like, I don't
spell.
remember picking up like a.
Just
I don't
this
remember picking
is
up a
like
sweet fucking
frost.
dagger. All right. So I will definitely not be using my ice knife.
Tattoo.
I'm just gonna take a hand axe and I'm gonna
Make an
whack
attack roll.
a vine. Oh, come on.
It hits. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Wisdom save. Oh, good. Freya, did you get a natural one?
I did.
This is
Alright,
what you
well,
get
guess
for all
who
those
else just got a
20s
natural
earlier.
Yeah.
Yes, Ariad, you
suppose.
take 18 points of blight or necrotic damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. As you guys watch as she hits down onto it, you hear a crack. She is blown back, and she's on her back, all frozen up like Freya, and her veins up her arm that she was using the hand axe are bulging.
Alright.
This is not.
We haven't even gotten
That'll
into the
wear off,
building yet, and you
that'll
guys
wear
are
off.
making me use all my healing stuff. We gotta take another break before we go in so that I can get all my stuff back.
My apologies. I was just trying to get to the root of the
Was that a
issue
pun?
and get to the
Was that a
bottom of the
pun?
host. I'm
Sounds like a pun.
no.
Absolutely.
If that was a pun,
Tecton,
the next thing I
Tecton,
said
tell
on
me
fire will
honestly,
be you.
was that a pun? I'm not mad. I'm not. No. Answer the question.
Listen,
I'm not mad. Was it a
No.
pun?
it was a pun. I'll admit it. But I now know that with great molding earth power comes great molding earth responsibility, and we should probably just go inside.
Freya's got Cariad's head, and she's just gently stroking her hair. It's just like
About a minute later, you... Ah.
Was it like?
Oh shit.
Was it like? Sis,
not
Right.
great. It's not great.
It's like all my muscles are tense, and it's excruciating for an whole minute.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Very
So-
tired. I'm gonna set, and I'm gonna take a short rest. But first, I'm gonna second wind before my short
Sure.
rest, since I'm gonna get.
I'll take a
second back after.
Yeah,
We're gonna take a whole hour?
I'll take a short
If
rest.
you guys wanna
Yeah,
take another
okay, I'm
hour,
okay with
that's
that.
Definitely, no problem. Go
My
ahead.
shenanigans. What is any of my
We
shenanigans?
don't have any
How
other.
many did you get back?
In this hour,
This hour
Freya
of just
wants
dicking
to-
around and dying.
Freya wants to pull Tecton aside. Again, more private. So, heard you talked about the crowd a few days ago.
Yeah, correct.
And she's not gonna look directly at him. She's just gonna say,
How much of the story did you hear?
just heard that people quite respectful. Simple logic, I assume, but, to the uneducated masses, I'm sure it's quite sure.
It was. I literally.
Aside from that, how'd you use the words? Would you say?
Sorry, I don't understand, Freya. Are you asking me about why I did what I did, or how I feel about it?
No, I mean, I kind of know why you did it. I want to know also how you could draw such a crowd. Again, magic for the most part when you get so far. I assume some people might, under some circumstances, find you charismatic. That's the word.
I prefer arrogant, but charismatic
believe me, so do I.
Is a nicer shade of it, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, and I hope you took what I said earlier not to heart, and also as a compliment. I don't, to what you said about basic magic there. People like stones. It's very impressive to just see like a 5x5 stone, and people love beer. So that's like the logistics of it. And A plus B equals C sometimes. You know what I mean?
You rallied a whole crowd with stones and beer.
He is a dwarf.
And yeah, in some base way, that makes sense to her. She's like, alright, I get it.
People like, they like the small things. You come into town with your razzle dazzle, you're not going to attract folks, you're going to scare them. So, you approach them at their level, and, you give them some drinks and give them a show. Did you see Cariad? She was like 12 feet tall. I don't know.
Okay.
You'd show them a symbol, And Cariad, I agree. I think you said earlier she was a bit of a leader. I see that as well. I have a question, about your thoughts about her not wanting to join the council.
What's your question?
Good call. Do you think that she might in the future change her mind about that there?
I don't know. She hasn't opened up to me a lot, and I want her to. So I'm not going to push her. But the input she's giving, she hates it. Like, especially it's not one that we can fix. It's something she's going to have to fix or choose not to.
I've heard.
I
sorry.
assume it'd be kind of like going to a job. But like your job would be you show up and everyone just whacks you with sticks every day. But like
I've never had
like
that
your
sort
brain
of job,
and your heart.
but I understand the analogy.
You're right. Sorry, I forgot who I was talking to.
I'm a noble. I'm sorry.
I know.
Not bragging, but no, it's a fact.
Sorry.
I know it's a fact, though.
You know what? No, it was my fault for choosing that kind of analogy. I went a little too big.
The thing is, you understand carry it that way, but Cariad's also born a noble, and I don't think that's something that maybe gets across. I think that she has such a dedication, to her clan or whatever they call them. That I think I don't know if it's worth it.
This family, like, sometimes they can't choose who they're born with.
If she continues to, denounce him there and doesn't choose to be on the council, would that reduce the amount of people on the council, or would we find someone else?
Would we know
Is this like a
in the past, like someone either passing away or not wanting to do the job?
Like individual like way in the past, like who abdicated the throne while they were on their trials, and then it just remained at 4 people.
Can I make a history check to know
Make a
who
history
it is?
check.
I don't know. That's a 15 plus 3. 18.
Named Carver Deneau, and he Carver Deneau. He left feeling very, for lack of a better word, very much like Tecton, very like proud, very, very excited, very ready to take on the responsibilities. And then, when the trials were done, he was not ready for it. He didn't want to take it.
I don't think she would abandon us. I don't think she wants to. I don't think this life, but she didn't choose. Suits her. Understand that? Dragons, so a lot of people take through there. Probably this is perfect. It's politics. Never been squeaky clean.
I worry, if she does join and she does get caught up in it, that if she leaves later, it'll look worse in a way for the council. But that's a long away thought. For now, though, she's doing great. She literally figured out the conspiracy, and I've called her partner in crime many times, like 4, I believe. I don't know.
I feel about that title, but what is your? You think about that moment. Is it okay to you?
Yeah, but I'm not. They hate me because it's not looking good for me in a lot of ways. So,
you've got a lot of work to do.
Unfortunately, yeah.
In my case, you literally dug your own grave. Anyway, more so what I mean is.
I have not picked that up whatsoever.
Back to
in my
night with both
opinion.
of them screaming at you.
Yeah. I think maybe.
No, I mean between each other. Because I don't have good hearing. I don't know.
We were. I don't know much about. Like guys, so good enough, you know, maybe throw them a little bit of advice.
I don't know if they'll receive it though, Freya. And I want to cast like mold earth and like just sort of like bob up and down, like thinking.
Are you
in a
making
way.
yourself float on the land?
I'm just making myself. I'm doing calisthenics. All right, Freya. Well,
all right, you weirdo.
Time to get back to
All
it.
right, you're right. You're right. If you tell anyone, I said to you last night.
I'm gonna like cross my fingers. And then do finger guns at her.
As you guys all stand up from your second hour short rest, making your way to the front of the building, like the front door. Is that what the plan is? Okay. You guys begin to walk to the front door. Can everybody make me dexterity saving throws, please?
Dang it!
Shit.
Not bad, not bad.
Cariad, what'd you get?
Bad for a wizard.
Okay, pass.
16.
Fenlo.
I gotta look at the. It was a saving throw? That is a solid
Saving
8.
Failure. Freya. Pass.
19.
Tecton. Fail.
7.
Ramses. 12.
12.
Fail. So everybody who passed takes 13 points of fire damage. And everyone who failed takes 26 points of fire damage.
Oh!
What the fuck hit us?
13 if you
13?
saved. 26 if you failed.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That's what I took the goddamn short rest for, was to heal 13.
And if...
We should go back in the basement, in my opinion.
Alright, third short rest.
Krisha, what was your save? No,
Think
what
about
was your... What did you get? You
Oh,
fail.
12.
That was a fail. 12 is a failure. So 20...
Yeah.
So...
Hold on, one second.
Yeah, that still means that you're taking 13, though. Because you failed. So you'd be taking 26.
Oh, I get it.
You guys all begin to kind of walk up. And then you hear... As you guys are all blown against the house and in different directions. A lot of the moss is now on fire. The front of the house is gently catching fire. But everything it's touching isn't charring.
Oh no.
It's just staying. The paint is still it's shirking off, but the wood underneath is not darkening. And you see from the smoke and the debris that is now pushed up, you guys are coughing and heaving and having the wind knocked out of you in certain cases. You hear the ringing in your ears from the sudden explosion casting through the woods. You blink. You all look up. You look in the direction from the path that you guys came from. You see a slender figure, like long, drapey robes that just kind of hug the figure, tattered and frayed in areas, long, wet hair, fungus and moss climbing up the shoulders, and in some cases, on her face, you see the lights under the skin. She goes, "I'm only going to say this once. Get off my property and leave town." And that is where we're going to leave it for the evening.
Did we just get in with a
Yes, you
motherfucking
did.
fireball?
Yes, we did.
Ooh.
Yes, absolutely we did.
That
Hey, you know what I was
head is
expecting?
mine.
When you said dexterity saving throw, I thought, oh, that's cute. They got like carpets as welcome mats now, and graphics. Oh, this is fun. This is fire damage.
I thought we just had to jump over the moat.
Well, that's why we don't take a fucking
I didn't
short
even think that was
rest,
going
I
to happen.
guess.
I rolled some really good encounter tables. Also, I forgot who I had said through that whole thing. So I was just guessing there.
He said one name, and you're like,
I was like, Nick? And you said yes. I figured, yeah, we're good. If I'm missing anyone, this is going to be an awful edit.
At one point, somebody just goes,
yes again.
All right, welcome back.